So I want to take a peek at Assignment3B because that specifically speaks to the tutorial that we just got done doing, or the Module 3 practice problems. So if we click here on Assignment 3, you're going to find that I have 6 drawings for you guys to make in the same fashion that we just did our Mod 3 practice problem, that locator tutorial. And what you're going to do is you're going to do the ones that are here. So we've got saddle bracket, anchor base, shaft support, connecting rod, and tube hanger. Okay. And I have the pages correspondingly. Each one of them is going to be worth 10 points, and you're going to make 3 views of each. Now, down below, I have what I always refer to as, guys, can I have your attention? Because we're going to be looking at the assignment now. You can always work a little bit later on finishing up what you've got. Okay. So down below here, what I have is the drawing guides. You guys ready? Okay. Because otherwise you'll miss this stuff, and it is important to what you'll be handing in. So you'll notice that I have the anchor base, bearing base, and such. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on each one of these. And what you have here in the drawing guides, if you would, is the final answer. Okay. Now you still have to generate this. So you have to generate all 3 views. And what I suggest that you use this as, okay, and I know, you can look at it however you want, but I would suggest that you attempt the problems and then peek at this to see how you did. Does that make sense? Okay. That'll be the best use of this. And it's a way for you then to kind of check your work. And then if you have any questions, that's what you bring to class. Or if you look at it and you're like, even if you didn't get it quite right, but if the key here, the drawing guide, makes sense, then just make the correction and then keep going. Okay. It's kind of like I said, a little answer key for you, so you know if you're doing it okay, especially when you're working independently. Okay. So notice here, number 1, everything has to be an orthographic projection. We're also using all of our line styles: object lines, center lines, and hidden lines. Now, the hidden and the center lines might not be super easy to see on, I have them, this as the green and the cyan. So you might have to kind of zoom in here a little bit just to be sure that you see all the line work. Okay. So this then would be what you are, expected to generate. Now you're still going to have to do all the commands and make sure all the sizes are correct, but at least now you have a little bit of a template so that you can compare your work to. Okay. I'm going to stop for just a second. Okay, so let's look at the next problem. So as we look, I'm going to look at the saddle bracket. That's the very first one here on page 528. So if we go underneath and we look on page 528, the first problem you have is the saddle bracket. So at the end of the chapter here, you're going to get a pictorial view of each one of these, and you need to generate 3 views, okay? Front, most often right side, and a top view. Now, my challenge to you is, yes, you have the drawing guides over there to check your work, but what I want you to do is first sketch it out. See what you get, okay? Draw a front view with the way you think it should go, the top view and the right side view. Then maybe peek at that drawing guide and see how you did on the sketch. Then go back to AutoCAD and try to do the three views by yourself, and then go back and peek again. If you have to make any adjustments or updates, then you can make those. Does that make sense to everybody? So here's the saddle bracket here. And if I go to my assignment, the saddle bracket is down a little bit. The saddle bracket drawing, then the finished one, is here with the hidden lines, the center lines, and all the object lines. Okay. Now, when you hand in, then this is like what I'm expecting to see, the 3 views as we go there. So I'll go back a little bit here, back in here. Our next one in the book is going to be the anchor base. That's one that we just looked at. So here are all the dimensions for you, the pictorial of it. You're going to pick a front view, top view, right side view. And again, as we go back over here, our drawing guide, as we saw earlier, will then be here for you to, check your work. Again, I'm not going to collect any sketches for any one of them but I suggest that you do it just as a way to plan out your drawings. Does that make sense? Okay, good stuff. The next one you have is going to be the bearing base. Okay. So again, you have all the information there. Now, as I look at these three have all been English units. Okay. So when you go in, you're going to go in under a template, your WCTC inch template. Each one of these gets their own file. Don't do one file with everything on it and then put, and then go around it. Each one gets its own file. Okay. The next one here, though, number 4, the shaft support. These are metric units. These are in millimeters. So this one, when you go in, you're going to pull up the template for the metric, the WCTC metric. Okay. We're going to turn the page. The next one we have here, connecting rod. I have a video for the whole process on the connecting rod that's already out there. So if you go to the session recordings, you will find from the last time I taught this class down a little bit, there's a connecting rod demonstration start to finish. Okay. So if you want to take a look at that, feel free to do that. Then you've got the tube hanger. All right. And then I think that's it. I think those are the 6 that I picked for you guys. Let me just verify that and double check. Yep, the connecting rod and the tube hanger. Yep, and then you've got all of the drawing guides for each one of those here as well. Now, you will be uploading the PDF, so you're going to do that plot, window around, fit to the paper, make sure you preview, and then once you say okay or print, it actually will then get you to a directory for you to save your PDF. Okay, and then that's what you're going to upload. So it would be 6 PDFs that you will upload then to the assignment here. Now, for the time that we have left, I know we only have about 20 minutes. I'm happy to stay longer. If anybody wants to work for a little while and they want to stay till, even 7:30 or 8 o'clock, I can stick around. It's not a problem for me, but I'll let that up to you. Or if you wanted to get going, you're totally fine to do so as well. My plan for next week, Monday, is to dedicate the first part of our lecture to questions or demos that you want me to go over for this assignment, okay? I am going to keep the calendar date right now still to today. I know that don't worry about that, okay? If I find, and I'll know by the work that I'm getting in, I don't want anybody to stress about that date. If I find that we need a little bit more time on this subject, that's okay. I'm the human that corrects things, and I get to give you a couple extra days if I want to. So if I'm like, not everybody's getting it in, or they need some extra time and it's next week, Friday, I might give you the whole weekend, and maybe Monday or Wednesday we would have it due. So I would extend the 7-day grace period longer. So don't stress out about the date right now. Okay. I know it's a hurry in this just because of the timing of Labor Day. We lost that first day, that 4-hour block. So any questions right now? Yes.
Yes, you want the construction lines visible?
Oh, good question. Deborah asked, when we turn in our PDFs, do you want the construction lines? No, I don't. Okay. So what you can do is as long as your construction line is not the current layer, you can turn that off. Yes. So please do turn that off. Otherwise, it's like crazy lines. And honestly, I'm going to tell you, construction lines are a personal preference. I think they're really nice, especially at this stage when you're lining things up orthographically. As time goes by and you get better and better and more comfortable with AutoCAD and with just the whole drawing process of orthographic projection, you might not find that you need them all the time either. Okay. So they're a great aid. I like them better than grips or snaps. Okay. Those are kind of like a drawing aid too. I think they're way better. In this tutorial, I don't know if you noticed, they wanted you to put snaps and grid on, and I intentionally don't want you guys to do that. Construction lines are a whole different thing. Okay. But, and so if you want to use those, you can, but definitely turn those off when you're turning things in. Okay. Yeah. Other questions? I'm going to check my virtuals. Do you guys have any questions? I'll open up the chat box here.
No, I do not.
You do not? Thank you. All
No,
right.
thank you.
You're good? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So, well, then I'm going to let you guys work independently the rest of the time that we have together. And like I said, if anybody wants to stick around a little longer, I totally get it. I mean, it's fun working on AutoCAD. And even though it's Friday night, you still want to keep working. Otherwise, have a great weekend.